Hey guys, Moof here, Moof and YGO, Moof's Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I'm here with another Mermail deck profile because I really have like no cash to spend building, the other decks that are good. Um, I could do a Chaos Dragon deck profile, but that is just so cookie cutter that it's not even funny. And yeah, it would just be boring to watch. So anyway, it's something different, something kind of new. It's the mixed Mermails that I really like, where it's like mono Mermails and Gen X Mermails put together, and I really like the build. So start off with the Mermails. 1, 2, 3 Megalo. Duh. um, I actually, when I was playing Gen X Mermails, I bumped him down to 2 for a while. I don't know why. I wanted room for more traps, for more defense to defend. If really like my best play that I could get off was like like say all I opened up was like a Undyne and a bunch of spells, then really my best play then was to just, you know, scoop. But yeah, 3 Megalo. But I bumped him down to 2 in that build because you can't just mindlessly Undyne, then dump Dragoons to search Megalo, then ditch 2, bring stuff back from the grave all in turn 1, and it's not as ridiculous as it was. But in this build, you can do that, and that's what I love about this build. It has the power plays of Gen X Mermails, where you just pop out Undyne, and your opponent's like scoop, and but it also has the consistency of mono Mermails. So yeah, that's it's really good. And then continuing with obvious Mermails that any Mermail deck would run, 3 Lind, searches out any Mermail. So like the Armory Arm play that I'm sure all you guys know, which is how this deck beats E-Dragons. Just smash a Lind into whatever they have. It doesn't necessarily have to apply to E-Dragons, but just smash a Lind into whatever they have. Grab, lead, and with their Armory Arm equipped, with your Armory Arm equipped to their monster. That's game, pretty much. So, then we have 2-gunned and Lind. 2-gunned and lead. I'm sure all you guys know that combo. You ditch a gun and a lead for Megalo, and then you use Gun's effect to bring back lead. And then you can either, depending on what your plays are, you can pop the lead for Megalo's effect. You can attack twice. 2 huge bodies. You can overlay into Gaios, overlay into Big Eye, unless you're mean, you're poor, and you can't afford Gaios. Big Eye. Anybody can afford Gaios. 3 Pike. 3 is necessary in this build. Some people run 2, but I think 3 is still necessary just because he provides the most ridiculous plays, like out of any Mermail. Like, just top decking this guy can just provide like the most ridiculous play. My only hate on this card is the restriction that you can only use his effect once per turn. Because I didn't know that, and I was actually playtesting with a friend, and so I go, this obviously you can't do this, but Pike, Ditch Gunned, and then with Gun's effect, I brought back a Pike, and then I was just gonna loop my Pikes, but 3 is still good. And then rounding off, stuff that basically makes Mono Mermails. We got 3 Teus. Just a quick rant. It's called Teus. It's not Steus or Steus. Because Abyss is part of the card's name. So it's Abyss and then whatever is after that. So if you're going to shorten the name, then don't pronounce the S. Like, this isn't Spike. I hear a lot of people call this Spike. It's not Spike, it's Pike. It's Abyss Pike. So, just something to say. Otherwise, we would be calling it Smegalo. And that sounds silly. Your Gen X engine, pretty simple. 3 of these guys, 2 of these guys. Boom. And then Atlanteans. 3 Divas. I always put them in with the Atlanteans when I do deck profiles, even though they're not Atlanteans. Except for that one time when I was lazy and didn't organize it, and I just kind of alphabetized it, because they search out basically Atlanteans. So, yeah. Which are mainly your 3 marksmen to go into Cataster and Wreck. But now a lot, your 2 infantry. And this you can go into Armory Arm and do that ridiculous Lind lead play that I was talking about. Or you can just go into Gotchi, boost up all your guys, for go for game. Or just make your guys an overall bigger threat. And yeah, that's about all you can do. Or you could Diva. If you draw 2 Divas, you can Diva, go into this guy, then Diva, go into that guy. And yeah, there's a lot of Diva plays. That's why I run 3 over 2. I've seen people run 2. And then the one Atlantean that Diva can't search, but is still very good, makes the deck very consistent, is Atlantean Dragoons. We all know what he does. There's not really explaining here, I'm just showing my build, kind of the new mixed mermails that seem to be popular. So that is a lot of monsters, as you can see. I don't feel like counting. I think it's 32, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's 32. So, for spells, all we can really run is Dark Hole, Heavy Reborn, and Avarice, because it goes in this deck, and 1 MST. That's the only part that I don't like, but you're popping so much back row that it doesn't really matter. So, 1 MST is fine. I would like to play 2, but I really don't like going over 40, especially on, because mainly when I do my playtesting, I play on DN, and people see more than 40 cards in the deck, and they're like, he's either a scrub or he's playing Mermails. So, and if it's 41, then they're like, oh, he's obviously playing Mermails. So, it kind of just gives away that, mind game of just, the set, and, setting being the Lind and, a sphere. Because we don't have much room for traps either, so I'll show you my traps in a sec, but, setting that Lind, really, if they know it's a Lind, then they're like, I'm not going to get them off the board, because you don't really have any way to get them off the board, to get the effect off. And, yeah, so that's really all I run for spells. And then traps, I run 3 spheres. Obvious, best card. I wouldn't say that best card, but it brings out the best cards. It brings out the card to bring out the best card, which is Gaius, I would say. But yeah, he's. I mean, now I'm talking about Gaius. Yeah, you guys got me off track. Yeah, he's. So 3 spheres, just good overall. And then because I play 3 Megalos now, I'm also playing the 1 Squall. Because if you open up Sphere, then or draw into a Sphere, then you still have 3 searches. So I gotta go. I'm gonna go watch The Great Gatsby. So I'll see y'all later.